Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rob and welcome to another episode of Let's Draw. Today we'll be creating a portrait and I'll demonstrate a few techniques I hope you find useful in your own portrait work. As always, I'm starting with a loose sketch to define the basic design and composition, but for this video I won't focus on creating highly detailed line work. If I were creating this image properly, I would spend a good amount of time making very detailed, clean line art before moving on to painting. The line drawing is what defines the image, what gives you the framework for everything else, so it's important to get it right. To keep you guys from getting bored, I'm adding just enough detail to make the end goal clear. So with the lines finished, as I need them to be, I start painting the overall background color and some slight gradients for depth. Starting with the background color allows you to judge all of your other colors by comparison as you paint them, which will force you to make sure they work together. In the real world, all colors are affected by the colors surrounding them. Da Vinci once expressed this idea by saying, "To any white body receiving light from the sun or the air, the shadows will be of a bluish cast." The bluish cast he was talking about is the blue from the atmosphere, but it isn't just the shadows that have the blue tint from the sky. Everything receives this color, but it's most noticeable in shadow. So for this painting, everything will have a red cast to it because of the red atmosphere. So you can see how I'm careful to choose colors with red and avoid colors with too much blue. As always, I'm using a soft edge brush to paint the overall midtone, shadows, and highlights. When rendering, I switch to a hard edge brush for most of the work, but I switch back to the soft in places where it makes sense. As you paint the face, make it a point not to think about the fact that you're painting a face. I know it sounds strange, but hear me out. If you consciously think, okay, now I'm painting an eye, then you'll end up painting what you imagine an eye looks like rather than how it should be in perspective with correct lighting. Drawing the way you imagine something looks is what young children do, and is why most kids' drawings look the same. It even has a name: symbolic drawing. If you don't want your painting to look like something a toddler or Pablo Picasso drew, then don't think about what the object you're painting is. Instead, think only about the direction of the light and the direction the surface is facing. See, See, if the surface is facing directly at the light, then it should be fully lit and painted with your highlight colors. If the surface is facing more than 90 degrees away from the light, then it should be painted with your shadow colors, and anything in between would be a mixture of the two. Whatever it is you're painting, but especially with portraits, try to make sure you have some reference available as you work. Google Images is great for this, but if you can get a real person to sit for you, or have a mirror and good lights, then that's even better. Jumping ahead a little, I've finished rendering the entire image and now I'm moving on to clean up and polish. This involves cleaning up any missed spots, adding in smaller details, and balancing the values and colors of the image. I recommend not rushing through this part of the painting, because it's this last 10% that can make all the difference. Seriously guys, thanks for watching. It really means a lot to me. If you like the video, like it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions, I'm completely open. You can get at me at Twitter, Facebook, DeviantArt, or right here on YouTube. If you have a few minutes, check out some of my other videos.